No, no, yeah, no, no, yeah,
Rolling.
Rolling action.
Yeah. Talking about how we met.
How we met.
Yeah, the
We
circumstances of our meeting.
Back in summer 2015. That's where it all got started.
I remember it well.
I'd hope so. It's only 4 years ago. I hope it was an important day.
Sometimes
to
I
you.
feel like I'm losing my mind.
Oh my
So,
gosh,
yeah.
no, don't.
Okay. All right, I'll keep it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in summer 2015 at the Robinson Community Learning Center. And we both came there because we wanted to start programs, coding programs for kids. But I like how you describe what it was like when you first saw me, because it speaks very highly of me.
Oh, you want me to brag on you?
Just being honest.
I'm not sure I know which part you're talking about.
You walked into the conference room.
Well, we walked into the Robinson Center.
Yeah.
And met you.
Yeah.
So I was with Chris, who's our third business partner.
Yes.
And he's not in our marriage, but he's in our
name's
business.
not Alex.
Yeah, he's an honorary Alex. We
Yes.
could give him honorary Alex status.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's been there probably the most consistently since we met.
Yeah, I think definitely.
Yeah, but so he and I were going to the Robinson Center because we were going to start this coding program for kids. You were already there doing something like that, and we walked in, met you. We were like, "Hi, I'm Alex. Haha. Oh, I'm also Alex." So,
And then the joke started.
Yeah, cute moment proceeds, etc. And then we had like this meeting for like an hour and a half or something about kind of getting this program going and how we're going to do it. And so Chris and I were leaving, and we're walking out of the Robinson Center and going back to the car in the parking lot, and I was like, "So that Alex girl is pretty cute." And Chris's response was, "Don't mess this up for us, man." Like,
More explicit.
yeah. He didn't say, "Don't mess this up for us."
You can sub out the word.
He did a swear. He did a swear in there. He cussed a little bit.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just to emphasize.
Yeah, it's okay. Sorry, Chris. Threw you under the bus. Anyway, so so I was attracted to you at that point, and but like didn't know from a business perspective, like
What's gonna happen
here? Yeah, were we gonna be working together? Could I ask you out? Whatever. So the other issue was I was an employee at the University of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And you were a student, so like we weren't allowed to date.
Yeah.
So and this was like in the spring of 2015.
Yes.
So you were actually like 2 weeks away from graduation. So I remember I waited 3 weeks before I texted you.
You gave yourself a buffer.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna make sure she's very clearly out of
graduated.
Yeah, like me asking her out would be okay. Luckily, I didn't have to wait long.
Yeah.
So I texted you after that, and we ended up setting up our first date.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we were starting South Bend Code School.
Yeah. Our first date was like / a get to know you business meeting.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, it could go one way or the other. So.
Oh yeah, because we didn't know if it was going to be a date or not.
Well, you didn't know it was going to be a date or not. I knew what I was trying to do. But yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah. So that's how we met.
Yeah.
And then.
I mean, we just clicked. Like.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. I'm like thinking about it now, and I'm like, it really kind of set the tone for our relationship too, because it was like a balance between, or mix between like talking about business and then talking about like us, and like getting to know each other personally. And that's what it's like today for us too.
Yeah. It's all very intermixed.
Yeah.
It's not, there aren't any lines, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no work-life balance.
There's no work-life balance because it's all in perfect harmony.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's why there's no work-life balance, not because we work all the time.
Yes.
which we kind of do.
But by choice.
We enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's fun for us. Yeah. For the most part.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
What topic do you want to go to now?
Well, we did how we met.
Yeah.
How about, do you remember when we were starting code school while we were starting dating, and the code school was like, the very first program was super intense.
Yes.
It was 5 weeks, but it was 3 hours a day in the morning.
Yeah.
Right. And we had 19 kids in the program, and they were all under the age of 16, I think, or maybe the oldest was 16.
Yes.
And we were all in one room, and we didn't have, aside from knowing the general direction the program was going to go in or what we were going to do, we didn't have a big plan beyond that.
Yeah. We were like, let's just see how this goes.
Well, you go into a room to teach a bunch of kids how to code for the first time, and you have no idea how fast they're going to take to it or not take to it.
There's so much you can plan.
Yeah. I remember the third day in there, I went in and I was like, we're just going to code all day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I learned firsthand very quickly that you cannot keep
middle schoolers
19 kids under the age of 16 on computers for 3 hours straight trying to learn something.
Yeah.
That classroom was about to explode.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
I mean, we strategized though, fail fast and adjust. Yeah. We played some Foursquare outside.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There were definitely some recess breaks that we had to work into that. We were figuring things out, but that was nuts. And I remember you and I working super late some nights, just trying to figure out we have to teach them something new tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that was
what's
crazy.
It going to be? How do you explain it?
I feel like that should be marriage counseling.
What part of that?
You have to teach children something together.
The two of you going together against a room full of children.
Yeah. If you and your partner can't handle, I would even say just take it down to one child.
Yeah. One child for 3 hours straight on a hot summer day.
No, it doesn't, I don't know that it has to be for 3 hours straight.
Yeah.
But go in, there's an objective. You have to teach them X.
Isn't that parenting?
Yeah, but your ability to communicate and have that plan and stick to that plan together.
Yeah.
As a couple / business partners, whatever.
Yeah.
I think there's something to that.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I don't know. One of the things I always think about our relationship is when people are like, well, how do you do this? How do you work together all the time? In my mind, I'm like, well, we're on a rocket ship because most people only get to spend
a few hours, evenings.
Yeah, evenings with their partner, mornings with their partner.
Yeah.
And we're together all day. And so whatever problems you have, I bet you, I don't want to say guarantee, but I almost guarantee you that we are hitting them harder and faster than most people. And anything flaws in our communication, flaws in our attitudes.
You learn quickly. Yeah.
We learn that stuff really quick.
Yeah. And I mean, if I had a thought, you gave me a really good thought with that. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Get it back.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, let's see. I think at least even just picking out with what you just said, flaws in communication. You learned that pretty quickly. And I mean, I think you said it, that another form of marriage counseling is playing Halo together.
Yes.
That's helped us a ton.
We do that from time to time in our relationship.
Yeah.
I learned that when things get intense, my communication shuts down.
Yes.
I don't think much beyond myself.
And in Halo, what that looks like is you throwing a grenade and not telling me.
Yeah.
So it blows my character
In Halo, if you
up.
throw a frag grenade and say nothing while your partner's running forward into a firefight, that's a bad move.
Yeah. And then in business.
In business or in marriage, don't throw a frag grenade ahead while your partner is charging forward at the same time. That's, yell grenade.
Yeah. Going through that, though, has helped us.
Yeah.
communication wise in the business too.
Yeah.
And this was the other thing that I was gonna say was like the like it all like I mean going on a rocket ship. It also though like helps put into perspective like what's really important, because well, if for instance, if I'm mad at you about something and we need to go into a it happens sometimes.
No.
Surprisingly, you don't deserve it.
Yeah, right.
In business meetings like together, you have to like put that aside and like be a united front. And I mean you have to present yourself like as a team.
See, that's why I think the kids thing is the best form of marriage counseling,
united.
because like if you go in with a plan to teach a kid something, they're gonna blow it up. Like they just are.
They become the grenade.
Yeah, the kid is the grenade. No, the kid isn't the grenade. The grenade then becomes like
this is the situation.
Yeah, it's your actions in that situation.
Yeah.
But I mean, the meeting example is good. Like we could be in the middle of some argument or disagreement, and
business doesn't stop.
Yeah, and we have to go to 3 more meetings before we'll get a chance to talk about it more.
Yeah.
So like you can't be emotional about what just happened.
Yeah.
Or vindictive about what just happened and like take it out on that person in the meeting.
Yeah, well, you sink your own ship then too.
Yeah.
So like, it's just not realistic. But then I know it does at least help me with like to realize, like putting it in perspective of, you know, that like it doesn't, whatever I was mad about, like doesn't end up being as big of a deal anymore. And so then it's like realizing like, okay, like maybe
well, sometimes if we have different meetings, like we'll get into something and then like you'll leave and then you'll come back and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what happened that made you fine? And you're like, I just needed to be away from you.
Don't say that.
Well, you know, sometimes you just need some space.
Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, that's
no, what happens is that I miss you in that time in between. And so then I'm like, it's us against the problem. Like it helps reaffirm.
Missing each other is huge. So
yeah.
I'll tell this story because I think I didn't expect this on our wedding day. So like, you know this one. But like, so on our wedding day, you know, we did the whole, like, I took you to a hotel at like 8:00 the night before and we like said goodbye because we weren't going to talk to each other until after we were married. Yeah. To do that whole don't see your partner on the day of your wedding thing. Yeah. And I remember like, I was like, this is weird. Like, I remember thinking like, you know, this is awkward. Like we spend all our time together anyway. Like what's the big deal? And then like, we both had our separate days that we went through on the day of our wedding. Yeah. And I just remember when you walked down the aisle, the thought in my head was, oh, thank God. Like I can see her again and talk to her again. Yeah. And like, I didn't even realize how much I had missed you just for that one day. Yeah. Like even being able to text you and say like, hey, the cake's messed up, or like, you know, something like that. Like, you know,
joke about like this little thing that just happened.
Yeah. You won't believe what just the venue planner just did, or, you know, like not being able to do any of that stuff was like, that was the biggest feeling I had as you were walking down the aisle. Was like, it was just relief, I guess, that my partner was back. Like I could see my partner again. Yeah.
I think that was a good sign that we should have been doing that, getting married. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, because of seeing each other for the first time, it was relief. Like. Yes. True. Yeah. I forget how I got into that. I don't know. I'm glad you did. Yeah. It was a good